Yo, what up, y'all? This is Justin McKissick, Larry. Hope y'all doing well. We got 4 minutes until the market opens, okay? So what we're gonna do is I just need you to do is to follow the system. Let me start this over right up here. Make sure we're good to go. Hope you had a great morning. Yes, yes, yes. It's about to be a great day today. I trade the Audi Canadian, the Australian Canadian pair. It's commodity driven. So what that means is it's tied to a lot of commodities as far as like oil, gold, natural gas, um, uh, platinum, silver, the essentials of mankind, things that man need on a day-to-day basis. You know what I mean? So though Nas 100 is a great thing to trade because there is a lot of consistency as far as movement. It doesn't, in my opinion, it doesn't trend as well as the Audi Canadian because it is commodity driven. Everybody know commodities can make you a lot of money. They're more predictable. It moves based on global risk sentiment. Basically, they already came up to conclusions of things they needed. So instead of just they live trading, they're really just processing money that's already been agreed on as far as like needs, if that makes sense. Okay, so that's why I trade all the Canadian every day. There's a window in the New York Times that you can make a lot of money trading, and I'm using a moving average crossover strategy. Okay, so let me get everything automatically set correct. I already looked at this and determined this is gonna either do one or two things. The price is either gonna go up or down. Okay. I don't like I mean I can do, an analysis on the chart to see what's going on as far as like what direction it's moving and all that on a higher time frame, but still at times you could still be wrong. So I just try to follow the system where I just follow where the money is going, if that makes sense. So instead of trying to figure out what it's gonna do in the future, I just follow what it's doing. Now, the market opened in a couple of minutes. So you see two different time frames, right? On the right side, you see the 15-minute time frame. On the left, you see the 2 minute. This blue, hold on. Okay, hold on. Okay, so this blue line right here going underneath this green line represents this blue line going over the orange, okay? Two different time frames, same thing, but the moving averages, they mean the same thing. So as if basically, if I was to take the trade right here, got in early on a 2 minute time frame, this is the same as if I'm trading with the 1500. So I would just should smart thing to do is to keep the trade open. Now, what I want to focus on when the market open, make this size smaller. What I focus on is the movement of see how this price get the moving all together. You see how I can control everything with no problem. Market open in a couple of seconds, 9 seconds. What I'm focused on is the movement of these moving averages. Okay, the market is open. Though the market is open, that don't mean it's time to buy. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna wait a second. Most of the time when people trade, they see like they can see even with moving averages, they'll see like a signal and stuff like that. But you still have to wait to really just get a feel for what direction the price is going. Like I see that the price is going up. This is the raw price action, right? And now what I'm looking at the beginning of the market, you want to take notice of what these moving averages are doing because that's key to getting in these trades well. So now I'm taking a look. So I see the quick moving average, which is this blue one, is quicker than all these other moving averages. Then there's white line, green line, and orange line. It's responding first. Then the orange will respond. Then the green, then the white line will respond. Okay. So I'm watching how it's going to start reacting. See where it's going. I want to know what direction this price is going to go overall for the window of market. So look, I see it curving. This green moving average is curving, which is the 50. I see the blue one is already responding. I'm gonna keep the trade open first for the time being. But it looked like okay, when blue for this algorithm go up over this green, that's when I'm beginning to trade. That blue over this green represents this blue over the orange for the 15. And I said that earlier. So I'm waiting for this blue moving average to close over this orange line. So let me go ahead and start getting my trades in order for how much I'm gonna wager. I have $66 on my account. The plan is to double this account, maybe triple it. So I'm only gonna wager. I'm gonna wager 50% of my account. Nah, nah, nah. Yeah, 50 is cool. 50% cool. So that's I'm gonna say about 30%, $30, right? So that's 22 lots. Okay. So I'm gonna change this to 22 lots so I could control it over here as well. All right, so I'm gonna close this, and I'm still looking at this. But look, that's an assumption. See, the market still hasn't. See, this is what people would have got in the trade or whatever on a higher time frame. It shows the price is gonna go down though. You know what I mean? On everything on higher time frames has more depth to it when you see it. So you see how the market like it was going up, and I was making that conclusion. But again, I'm not trading. I'm waiting. I'm waiting to see what's gonna happen. I don't assume. Now this blue is either gonna go over this orange, and the price is gonna start going up when it closes up over it, okay? Or the blue is gonna go under the orange. I mean, the blues are. I mean, blue is gonna go over the green line. When it closes up over the green line, I know it's gonna be a buy for the time being. 9 times out of 10, it'll come up. You see how there's like a line up in here, right here? If I was to put a trend line here, it's probably gonna come up to there. But I'm gonna take it as a nice sell if it go up over it. But I'm waiting. I'm waiting. I'm watching the reaction of how my moving averages are responding when the price open. You see how the blue moving averages kind of fluctuating. I want to wait till I see a clear signal to get in the trade. Even though the it told me to buy right here, it been told me to buy, but like to really get into good detail of really getting trades and trading well with this is how you want to do. You know what I mean? Because even though these alert signals do work, you still want to be able to determine what's going on without the signals. So yeah, you do get the signals, but once you buy the system, you'll also learn how to do the math on all these moving averages. Like even though this is a 15-minute time frame, this means each candlestick is 15 minutes, right? From left to right, they form 15 minutes. But moving averages, they react to what the price is doing overall, period. So that's why you remember if the blue under the orange right here is equivalent to the blue under the green here, that's what you see. Everything is adapting to each other. And you see, that's why I didn't get in the trade yet. So it looked like it's gonna be. See, I was assuming like it's gonna be a nice sell. So I'm finna go ahead and get in this. So this is sell, but I'm gonna wait. Remember, I was just talking about like it's gonna be a buy, but it could be a sell. See what I'm saying? But look, the moving average is telling you what to do anyway, though. See what I'm saying? How everything kind of playing a game right now. This is where people lose money. But I'm being patient. I'm not getting in the trade yet. Even though right here, this is a strong indication that the price is gonna go down. It could go up for the time being because I see where a pattern was. So I'm not taking any trade right now. Not yet. Just being patient, you know. Just being patient. All right. Now look, I see the green moving average is starting to go down more, right? I'm trading based off the reaction of the moving averages. Okay, I see the blue is starting to go under the orange now. The green is going down, so this could be a sell, like I was saying. And look, also I see this as well with the histogram shows me that the volume is going down as well, or it's going up. You see how just playing back and forth? Everything reacts to live price action. So even though you see all this back testing is good to see the past performance of your system, but it's all about the now. A lot of people forget that. You got to focus on or hear what it's doing at the time. Yeah, you've seen what it done in the past, but it's about entering those trends at the perfect timing and what makes sense. So though you do get an alarm system, you get the logistics of why. See what I'm saying? You see how the price is now going up. Right now, if you were trading, imagine you doing this, you will be doing great right now because you're gonna learn when the market open, you don't get in the trade just yet. You need to first establish the direction of the trend. And what's going to first give you the signal that the trend is really going in the direction it's going is based on the blue and the orange moving average. Then then both of these moving averages will either go up over or under the green line. Then the green is going to follow suit and follow the white line. Now it's telling me to buy, right? The reason it's giving me all these signals and stuff is not because it giving me false signals, because that's just based on the parameter and how it's designed to follow um the price, the moving averages, the parameter speed of the moving averages. So it's giving you real signals. just based on the movement. Now look, on the 15 minute we see it's going down, right? And we see it look like when it go down. I'm still not about to enter this trade because also see a past pattern that could hit this point, this performance. You see how the moving average is like hitting certain trend lines. I don't use trend lines, but I understand trend lines. So I see a pattern that could go up and then come back down again. That's why I'm not into this trade yet. And I'm just watching for what it's gonna do for real. It's about being patient. Hold on, y'all. And look, I'm being patient. You'll be able to learn how to do this. You will be able to do this. See, look, now look, the blue is now the candlestick is starting to go up over. Remember I just saying it could do that, hit that pattern part. That's why I didn't get in the trade yet. See what I'm saying? This is good trading right here. I'm not again because the market is open. It doesn't mean it's ready. Don't mean it's time to trade. You know, it's just like going to the store. Just because the store open, don't mean you're just gonna grab anything you get and just walk out. You know what I mean? You got a strategy to what you want. You may want this food, this food, this food, and you probably already thinking what odds you're gonna go down first to get certain food. Everything is systematic. Everything we do in life is systematic. If we get up in the morning, we yawn, we pray, we get in the shower, we get something to eat, we dress and we go. It's a system, right? We go shopping, it's a system. We already kind of know what we want. We make a list, this, that, and this, right? Trading should be a system. Now I know there are certain systems and stuff people use called ICC and smart money contracts, and that's cool, but it's more complicated. I found that it's more complicated. It's not easier than using the moving average crossover strategy. It's actually way more complicated, and you don't make a lot of pips doing that. It just don't make sense to really trade that way. In my opinion, it just like based on what you see. If you just look at my strategy and try to follow their strategy, this would be way easier. So I never understood why people. I think smart money concepts is just it should be called sound smart money concept because it do make a person seem like, oh, I'm just some scientist. I don't give a fuck about being no fucking scientist. I just want to make the fucking money. But in reality, I do see other people trading live, you know what I mean, and using moving averages and stuff like that, and they actually make a lot of money, and they're just sitting there calm as fuck. And I got about 8 years of experience, so I just start being consistent because of situations like this. In the past, y'all, I used to be just jumping into trades right up in when the market opened. But you see, I'm being patient. This is where the money come. This is where the money come from being patient and stuff like this. Okay. So I'm being patient and stuff like that. That's what I'm doing until I establish a trend because I know within this window that's the direction the price is truly gonna go. I could put a histogram on the 1 hour time frame and on the 15 minute and see as well. But the moving averages are more truthful in my opinion. So now I see what's going on. So let's see what's going on. Okay, I got to set at that point, but I'm still gonna wait. Look, I'm still gonna wait. Cause also look, there are no everything is going higher than each other with the prices. Matter of fact, hold on. I'm gonna grab this. So if you go to the show, there's something called order ladder. Right here, this allows you to put stop losses and all that stuff. So I could also use that for like support and resistance if you want to use that. Look, from left to right. I mean right to left. You see how that candlestick, that point, it went at that height. Then right here, look at the other candlestick. The orange one is higher, 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 higher. A little bit high. Everything's showing prices going higher. And look, now it's doing what I was saying. I was waiting for it to do. Now I'm still gonna be patient though before I get in this trade because I want to see this blue go up over this green line and possibly close. Now you see all these the alert systems did come on, but remember it's consolidating. You know what I mean? And I'm still not getting in this trade yet. This what it's all about, y'all. This is about, you know what I mean, being able to just be patient with the open. Like we have a systematic approach. The reason I know this work because I've back tested this to see it do the same thing every time the market open. Based on my algorithm and stuff. It's all about being patient when the market open. Let the trade come to you. The trade has not yet come to me. I'm not one of predicting, but based on past performance patterns, like the price is probably gonna come up to here. Now I could put a trend line there off just some simplicity because that's what I see, but I may be wrong too. I mean, it could do that, or you know, it could do this. It could come up to here to here. There's so many patterns within patterns. That's another reason why I really don't, use, trend lines and support and resistance because there's just too many patterns within patterns to be accountable for. Like even you could look at this with this. All these things have certain patterns. So you're just gonna have a bunch of lines on the chart. But look, you see how I'm just committed to this. Now look what's going on. Remember I was saying that like I'm waiting for this to go over. If this blue line go up over this green line and close, I know it's a buy. Now also if I see an engulfing candlestick taking place, whatever, I'll take it as a buy as well. I'm gonna reset this one more time just to get the lines off the chart, the alert systems off the chart. Okay, I'm having a great trading day because I'm moving slow. So I'm still waiting for it to do what I wanted to do. All right, so now I see the moving averages going up over. Everything's starting to go up. You see the green line how it's going down. Now it's starting to cock and go that way, but I'm still waiting because I'm telling you, this still may not be the direction I want to go. Regardless of what I see right here, though I know it's ultimately going to go down, it's still not ready to get in that trade. See, I teach you how to keep. I'm gonna teach you're gonna learn from me. You'll be able to keep that patience. When money on the line, when you got a system this simple and stuff like this, you got to take your be patient and stuff. All right, now look, the candlestick is forming up over the green line, right? I want to wait. I really, for real, for real. Nah, I'm gonna just wait. I'm gonna wait. See, look, you see how it's going down. See, all this stuff is where people lose the money. The first few minutes is where people lose all the money because they don't know what's really going on with the small money concept. This would be something somebody probably wouldn't even trade because they were like, oh, it's just a bad day. They'll determine the whole trading day based on the beginning. Like, it's just not a day to trade because it don't move the way they want it to. The reason is like that because you don't have no system that you can visually follow. You're too busy trying to guess and do lines, and you're too busy trying to predict and be right before the market open because it's ego. Why not just follow this? This is a skill this is a whole skill as well. Just follow the direction the price is going. Everything is reacting. All moving averages do is react to what the price is doing currently. Okay. So what that means is if the price is going to go down, it's going to create a pattern letting you know it's going down, and the past performance of it's going down is going to be on the chart. See, candlesticks was underneath the green line the whole time, or the blue is under the orange line the whole time. But everything, all the moving averages under the white line, a simple pattern. Past performed patterns repeat themselves. Okay. See how we being patient? The market opened at 6:30. This is what you call trading, being able not to trade. Do a little promotion while I'm being patient. Okay, look like okay. So now I see what's going on. Like the price want to go down, but I'm still not finna jump in that trade, right? I'm still not jumping in this trade. This is not enough confirmation for me to determine to get in this trade. Even though everything here show me the price is going down, I'm still waiting because I see a threshold right up in here pattern where it usually go down and finally do that. You'll learn how to be like this, trade like this. Even though on the 1 hour time frame, I see that the blue is under the orange. I want perfect entry because look, we see this pattern. What it could do, it could go up, then come back down. That's why I'm not jumping in this trade. I see an obvious pattern that could take place. That's why I haven't put any money in my trade yet. Being patient till I see good confirmation. Even though it's going down, that's cool. When I see it break the certain part, then I'm gonna get in. If it break that part, let's see what happens. All right, I jumped in the trade. Took it as a sell. See, what I was doing was being patient and stuff like that to see, because I'm telling you, the first few minutes and stuff like that let you know what the price is going to be doing. I took the trade because like the price went up underneath all the previous prices and stuff like that. I may have looked at it earlier. Remember, I was talking about the highs and the lows and the highs and the lows. Now I can always stop this trade. You know what I'm saying, if it don't do that. Now I did jump in a little bit quicker than I would like to, but based on what I'm seeing, it look like it's going to be doing what what it like it's going to do. Now I can always stop that trade too. In fact, I should have been a little bit more patient. Always cut your losses short. Okay, I lost $4 because if it do go up, it's no point of keep losing more money. Always cut the losses short. If it keep going up over, cut that shit short. I'd rather get back in and win that money right back. See what I'm saying? I want to be sure. And at times, the thing is, it could continuously go down, but I want to make sure I'm good in profit first, because then that establishes everything. Even though right here shows me a good signal, that's what's gonna go on. I'm telling you, it could go the other way, but I'm gonna just be patient for a second. Just be patient. That's it. Remember, I lost a trade, but it was $4. But the money I make is way more worth it. But there you go. Got it. Now I'm gonna keep this trade open. And all you saw me do was be patient, cut my losses short, and follow the direction the price is going. I will keep this trade open as a sell and just let it do what it do for the second, see what it's gonna do. Everything is showing me that's what's going on with it. It broke like the lower low, whatever you want to call the highest low, whatever. So it look like it's gonna keep going down. Just keep the trade open from here, but always cut your losses short. If you feel like you may lose money, make it minimize the money loss. Now remember, I just lost $4, right? I'm about to make that money right back. That's why it's good to cut the losses short. And I'm only started. Y'all saw me. I started off with $66, right? So you see, I have $66. I'm using 50% of my account. What my plan is to do is to double this account, and I might triple it today, then do the same thing tomorrow. See, look, I'm up $9 now, right? Yeah, just doing a little promoting, doing a little promoting real quick after you watch. Also, you still see me, being focused on watching what it's doing. You know, I know people want to get in and get out, but if you really want to do this as a full time, take this shit serious and just like I say, you see how I was patient and stuff. That's all you got to do is be patient. This is easy to do. I was being patient. I got it prematurely, even though the price was going in the direction I wanted it. I want to make sure it's going in the direction. I cut losses short, even though that don't mean it was a loss. Losses like that seem like it's just more than I want to be already lost. You cut the money, you cut that short. Okay, hold on, y'all. When I get quiet like this, I'm doing a little promoting. Everybody on here, I appreciate you. Um, you can get this. Look at the description of the video. You can get the system at nasgps.com. I'm gonna keep the trade open, even though it's going up a little bit. Cause you remember you can always get back in, but you want to now this when I'm talking about loss or short, I'm not in the loss now. I'm in the positive, so it makes sense for me to keep this trade open for the time being. I'm just talking about if it's just obviously going in another direction, cut your losses short. You ain't no point of trying to well, I think I'm right, keep the trade open. So right now you see I got my hand ready to stop this trade. If it go up a certain point, cut the losses short. You know, only cut the losses short if you ain't in profit yet. But if you're in profit, keep that trade open. This ain't really, back in the days it used to be stressful trading. I ain't gonna lie. It used to be very trade. It used to be very, very stressful and stuff like that. But now, you know, so my background is basically I create algorithms. I created this algorithm you see, I created it so I can explain it to the T of what's going on. That's important to understand. I'm not just selling somebody else shit. This is something I created. And that's important to know because I can explain everything what's going on with every angle, every line on here. I really, you know what? So now look, I'm seeing some type of curve going on with the blue, right? Past performance show me when I start seeing curves like this, price sometimes can start reversing going the other way, or it could just be doing what it's doing at the time. Now, just because I know I'm, saying that it's gonna go down, I'm always reacting to what the price is doing. So I'm not about to just, conclude that the price is reversing from here, but I am taking note that something may happen with this trade. Okay. Again, all I'm doing is following the direction the price is going. And on the right side, we see the 15-minute is responding to what the price is doing just based on the 15-minute time increment. Okay. So I'm keeping my cool because, I mean, as you see, this ain't hard. This ain't hard. You just using moving averages to follow the direction the price is going. Make sure y'all subscribe. Make sure you subscribe because you'll be able to look. You can buy the system, learn the system, and follow me. The way I trade, this is gonna have a lag to it, so you wouldn't follow my trades just straight live. These are live trades, but it's a lag. So when you watch it, there's a bit of a lag. But that's cool because you see how to do the opening. You know what I mean? Like based on watching this, I'm gonna start doing this every morning. And look, good thing about it, all you gotta do is trade till like 11 o'clock. You don't even have to trade all day. Trade a couple hours a day. I'm being patient. Again, I'm keeping this trade open. Remember, cut losses short, but I'm also talking about the losses if you already in the loss of the trade. But the market opened at 16:30 on here, right? That's 8:30 Central Time in St. Louis. That's about right up in here, right? And you see, this is the opening. This is where people would lost a lot of money. And I lost for it. I was, but look, I made my money back already. See what I'm saying? It's good to cut losses short because what if it did reverse? What's the point of me trying to, oh, I need to be right. I need to be right. Accept the small losses of the money. This is like a martingale strategy almost. I hate to say it, but there's nothing wrong with martingale. You know what I mean? But the thing is, get about the trade if it ain't like it's doing what it's supposed to do. But you got a higher win weight by following this system because again, in the matter of fact, we could back test on the right side. So in this system, once you get it, I show you how to set your system up like this where you can see it like this. Okay, so now I can still see what's going on. Hold on, still making money. So let's make sure. Okay, see in situations like this, though, even if the price started going up at a certain part, I would keep this trade open as a sell because again, I understand how the well, now let me not say that. Let me not say that. Let me not say that. Let me not whatever I'm finna say. Let me not say that. I'm finna say something. No, that ain't true. Now you see how it's getting to moving fast up here like this. Now it's also that's where I probably would have stopped the trade, but maybe it's smart for me because it's moving a little bit. When it get volatile like that, sometimes I might look like, okay, what's going on? All right. See, everything we doing is important. Like for real, this is you can. There's certain things you can follow. I ain't gonna lie. Like you could just follow the alert systems. I made it so simple where you could just follow the alert system, and you'll probably lose more money that way. Or you could lose less, but you still gotta follow the system. I'm gonna be honest with you. These trades right here, you probably would have lost about maybe less of what I lost the first time and stuff like that, give or take. Coulda, you know what I mean? But the way I'm teaching you, this is you could take the system anywhere, even if you didn't have the alert system. You could still trade like this. See, you see, I see this pattern going up. I'm finna close this trade and see what's going. Hold on, I'm gonna keep it open because I could always. My goal is to get the overall direction. So if it's starting to, I know how trends begin. See, look, I kept that trade open. See how the price is coming back down now. Look, I made money back. I lost already. I'm up $7, and I'm not about to get out the market. I'm finna keep this trade open, and I teach you how to trade like this and maximize your money. See what I'm saying? And this only $66. You know? Didn't you know? Didn't you know? Didn't you know? Didn't you know? Finna do a little promoting. Mm-hmm. See now they know people come in here promoting stuff. You gotta charge to be a member and shit. So I'm gonna just have to find people that's not charging for memberships. I'm just trying to get as many people. I'm trying to help people make money like I'm doing. You know what I mean? And I'm having a great trading day. And this is what you want to do every day to become a successful trader where you make money trading. Now, this may be a smart situation for me to double up my trade because I have clear indication of the direction the price is going. But I'm gonna keep it at 50% off. I mean, the way I got it right now. You know what I mean? Now you see I'm up $15. I know I'm gonna make more money than that because on the 15-minute time frame, when the green and the white line start compressing amongst each other and start going towards each other, that usually means a reversal is coming on. And once you see the green actually hit the white line and go underneath it, you for sure in a reversal. Now I'm up $22 off of 59, almost 50% of my account. If I press this button right here, it shows me what's going on with my account, my live equity, my balance I started off with, the floating profit, the open profit. I don't know what oh, that's the percentage of how much of the account I made already. Okay, so it's almost at 30% of the whole account. So let's get off of this for a second. Okay, so making sure everything cool. See everything. Okay. Didn't you know? 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 Hey y'all, what up? If y'all just not joining, this is Justin McKissick, Larry. Hope y'all doing well. I've been trading for the last 8 years and I'm just not being profitable. My biggest thing, it wasn't the algorithm. My algorithm works, but it was also knowing the time to trade, what to trade. You know what I mean? It's really about the system. When to trade, what to trade, and also why. You know what I mean? Trusting my system and stuff like that. You know? And this is all about pips. You know what I mean? I'm trading the Australian Canadian, right? But I'm up 7 pips, right? And a lot of people don't trade, minors and stuff when it comes to forex, okay? But this particular pair is Australian. I'm sorry, Australian and Canadian pair. This is what you call commodity driven, okay? And like mentioned earlier, commodities is nothing but it's a combination of different essentials that people need. So like oil, gold, um, you know what I mean? Natural gas, things that people need every day, wood, iron, you know what I mean? Things people need. Nas 100 is very popular and people do make money trading it. It's very profitable, but it doesn't, when the beginning of the market open, it doesn't um it doesn't trend instantaneously. Like it can consolidate a lot still. You know what I mean? I mean, and it's more expensive to trade. Each lot size for this particular pair is like at $1.22 if I go all the way down and show you. Hold on. Okay. See, it's $1.39 per pair. Per pair. All right. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna keep this trade up in the whole time. Well, no, let me not. Let me. Yeah, I'm gonna keep the trade up in the whole time because I understand how the settlement go. But at a certain time, the market usually get the reversion again. You know what I mean? See, like right up in here, this is at a certain point where it could be, it's a pattern being made at the moment. See, like right up in here, now I didn't even acknowledge this pattern, but it seemed like it went underneath that pattern and broke that resistance. So, I mean, I'm not gonna use that trend line. I can see it broke because from here, I can eye it well. It's been broke. The whatever you want to call it's been broke. So I'm not about to measure that. Also from here to here, the lowest here, it could be up in here a little bit. It could go up a little bit based on that. Now I see a spot. It get to the point you can eyeball the damn shit. Now it could start going up a little bit from here, cause you see right here at this point where it's showing this candlestick. That's why it's showing that candlestick, cause this is a place where it could reverse, go up a little bit. See, like I'm saying, people use trend lines. I can eyeball this stuff. So again, my background, and I'm not bragging, y'all. This just let y'all know y'all got a good teacher. This is not the brag. This just to let you know. Now look, I'm gonna show you something. Now don't take this serious. You could take this serious, and it's not 100%. Okay, let me before I say what I say, let me think the outcome. And should I say this? Hold on. Okay, nah, I'm gonna say it. Fuck it. Now we only take trades based on. Hold on. Let's pay attention. You see how I'm able to go back and focus. That's how y'all need to be able to do as well. You'll be able to do it as well when you're done working with me. You'll be able to keep this focus because the money is what's more important. Now I see what's going on. I see a pattern going on. I'm about to take this profit briefly. Hold on, hold on. No, no, let me keep it open. Because if the blue go up over the green, I mean over the orange line and open with a new candlestick, then I know. that is a new trend going on. So what I want to do is let it go up. Don't take the trade. If it come back down, coming that way, I'm gonna double up this trade. Let me know, confirm that I'm in a down trade. But remember, I just saw this brief pattern as well, so it could go up and make that hit that point up in here too. But I'm gonna keep the trade open. One candlestick will have to form after these moving averages are crossed. Okay, so like right now, I'm in profit $3, right? But now I'm looking for this moving average to be over this other moving, the blue over the orange in a candlestick form that let me know that the price either is about to reverse and continuously go up. And if the alert says to come on, I don't just because my alerts come on, I just don't jump in my trades immediately. I get to looking and see how the damn candle is moving the price action because it could be reversing again. Like remember, it will give you little. I don't want to. This is cliche to say fake signals. It's not a fake signal. It's just it gives consolidated signals as well. So that's a better way to say it. It give you winning signals and consolidated signals. Okay, but it's never a fake signal. Okay, so that means the system works. That means the system is doing its job. Remember, it's following. One candlestick did not open while crossed over. This crossed over came after the candlestick was formed, so it's not legit. Now, if I see this go over this, I'm gonna take this, stop this. You see how I'm being very, yeah, I'm being very cautious because I don't want to. It's about winning money. And remember, this is just the beginning of the market. A lot of people lose here, but you see how I created a systematic approach to this. See what I'm saying? Do you know what I'm looking at right now? I'm gonna let you know what I'm looking at. I'm focused on this price action right here with the top of this candlestick. That's what I'm focused on, and I'm looking at this moving average. And I'm also looking at the time. I'm looking at these three things right now because if this price was to go over this threshold, and I see this blue is over over the orange at the time that it expires, I would be taking this. I would be closing this trade. You know what I mean? So right now I'm looking at if it would go over that part right up in here. Then it keep going up. See what I'm saying? I'm looking at everything right now. I'm focused. Let me let this a little bit lower, just a little bit lower. This is extreme focus. This is where the money come in. You know what I mean? This is really like trading wars, like for real. Now I got my hand ready to stop the trade if it's in like stopped. All right. So I just lost a couple of what? So I'm down what a $6, $7. That ain't shit. Cause remember I said earlier the price could be going up. Remember, and I told you I bought it right here where it could go up at, and that's exactly what's going on. So now I'm gonna wait a second. I'm still gonna wait a second. I'm not just gonna get in this trade. I'm gonna wait a second because it could be like not a false signal, but a consolidated signal. That's the best way to really, say this. Okay. And I'm waiting. Now, remember, I only lost a couple of dollars. We saw the potential, the money I'm gonna make when this finally go the direction we need it to go. I can't say where I want it to go, but where it's gonna go. You know what I mean? Price can only do what it want to do. So you can't force these trades to come. You can only be patient and watch for them. But you see how I'm using a nice lot size, right? But I'm also controlling my loss size. Now let me I like to start my page over because this is not a software that is downloaded. This is a cloud based trading system. Okay, and my broker, you'll be able to get it. Go to nasdaqgps.com. This is the algorithm that you'll be getting, and you're watching basically how I make the money trading and stuff like that. So basically you just buying the algorithm, and you can watch me every day to learn, so you'll learn every day. Or you can always go back and watch the live again if you missed the live. But you get to watch money, make money with me trade and stuff like that. So since though I lost a couple of dollars, I'm in good spirit and stuff. I really haven't lost a lot of my account. You know what I mean? What we're waiting for is confirmation. And look, we're trading in. Obviously, the market is doing something. You know what I mean? Obviously, there's a pattern. You know, it's in some type of like, though it's a pattern. They always make patterns, but it's in some type of consolidated structure right now. But the patience is where the money is. That's where the money is in being patient. You see what I'm saying? Be patient, and patience pays. Patience pays. Now I could go to something else as well and see what else is going on in the market, but nah, I'm good. I know this is gonna move eventually in the direction I needed to go. I'm gonna just be patient. I like trading art. I like at times it does make it's not gonna say unexpected movement, but it's gonna also it could go in the direction it's going just based on patterns and stuff like that. I mean, while I'm waiting, let's look at something else real quick. Let's look at Nas 100. You know what I mean? Like, look, this is even more sloppy, and that's why I don't like really trading Nas 100. It's cool. I mean, but there's a lot of cool things. You know what I mean? There's a lot of cool things. Oil. You see everything just attached to whatever the price is doing at the time. And I even got Bitcoin on here that I trade at times. I like how Bitcoin be trading and stuff like that. But let's get back to the Australian Canadian. It moves. I like the way this move. Now look, it's hitting this green part, right? Traditionally, when price come up to the green line, it can either hit the green line and go up over and keep going, or underneath and it reverse, you know, or it can go to the white line. When it get there, it can either go up over or under and keep reversing. When I say reversing, hit the white line, stay at the white line for a little bit, then start going back down, or hit the white line, stay at the white line for a little bit and keep going up, like right up here. That's why we see this is something to know. You can use moving averages as a support and a trend line at one. It could be used as a trend line and a support line at once, because we also see, like, if I move, you see how I'm moving this candle, you see I'm moving this down, the whole price movement. If I smush this a little bit, you see how all the candlesticks hit a certain point. I can move the chart and see what's going on where the candlesticks been hitting out of this area a lot. So that's on some type of support. Also, but it's used as a trend. You see how it's also hitting the green line, so it's like a trend line as well. Now look what's going on. The price is going up, right? I'm not finna just jump in this trade. I'm not about to just jump in this trade. If I'm gonna jump in this trade, I'm waiting for this blue to go over the green line in one candlestick form. That pattern always give me a good signal and stuff. I'm telling you, it's just like that for some reason. Um, Past performance shows it. I don't have time to go back and look. Once you buy the system, you'll be able to see it for yourself. You know what I mean? Everybody new coming in, welcome. Everything I'm doing, you'll be able to do. But it's definitely about being patient. Now look what's going on. I see that the price, like, it might be going up because the moving average is starting to curve up, and it could go up over. And if it do, remember I said earlier, like, it's gonna probably go up in that certain part. That I said this earlier. That's why I didn't want to jump in the trade so quick, because I saw the pattern that it could be doing, and it looked like this is what it's gonna do. But I'm still waiting for entry. You know, people. This is where people lose the money. This is where people lose the money in trading, y'all. In the first, look, the market only been open. The market closed like 4 o'clock, 4 p.m. my time, St. Louis time, right? It's only been open for like less than an hour. You see what I'm saying? But this is where people lose money. Alrighty then. Now I'm getting excited because now this blue moving average is hitting this green moving average. And I kept telling you what's gonna happen if it do that. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go ahead and get in this trade as I'm sorry, I already got it set. I'm gonna go ahead and take this as a buy. Okay. taking this as a buy because traditionally, when this blue line get to this green line, when it open or for whatever direction it go and it close, price tends to go in that direction because we saw it go down and it didn't go down based on the sentiment, based on these are the way all the Canadian trades is based on sentiment. Basically, its orders are being processed. They already done the trading and stuff previously. Commodities is not a thing. We would just, oh, okay, I want to do this. I just want to do this. These are premeditated things. Have you ever seen? You ever seen Trading Places with Dan Aykroyd and Eddie Murphy? They're talking about trading in that movie. They're talking about commodities. And remember how they was predicting stuff before the market opened and why I was going to do that? Those are quantitative traders, right? They were quantitative. I know you're like, damn, he showed this. I know what I'm talking about. You, I got these skills in trading. You know what I mean? You will be able to do this. That's why you were watching. You will be able to do this. This is about you all. I'm showing y'all me trying it live on a small account because I want to make this realistic to you. Now, what I lose? About $6 already, right? Now look, let me show you real quick. This blue line is over. The green line is a new candlestick. This open. Official buy. Shit, I need a double to trade to be honest with you, but I'm not gonna do that. We're gonna trade. I mean, I'm gonna. The goal is to double the account, but I'm not gonna go crazy on the lot size. You got to keep a safe haven. You got to keep a safe haven. Everybody new just joining in right now. I appreciate you. This Justin McKissick, Larry. I hope you having a great day. I am well, I thought I was about to take a sip of some hot water, but I'm out of hot water. And hope you having a great day this morning. I hope you seeing a lot of good information. But trading is basically a patience game, it's a waiting game with the right system. You know, some people have different systems that they use that, they use and they feel like it's better, and that's their prerogative, and I completely, what I mean, I respect whatever they feel. So this is something I'm gonna do just because I don't teach people how to do it like this, but you can trade like this if you want. I do it because I'm trading live, so I gotta use all my skills that I know so I can make my money, and then you'll be able to do this as well. I see that it's a trend going on, right? So I want to see about how far where I may think it may go, so that way I can get out this trade at a certain time too. All right. So I put that from that part to here, and I'm also gonna do one more. The second higher is good. Now look, okay. Remember I said the price can go to the green, go up over, and also hit the white line and go up over. Now, when I'm looking at what could happen, I don't know if it's gonna happen. It could hit this part. Remember I say get to the white line, chill around the white line, and then either go up or down. We're gonna see what's gonna happen. Okay. 9 times out of 10, it's gonna go up to this part. It's gonna keep going up because again, the way this trade, so all markets, it don't do this all the time, but I've noticed it does this. My particular, I can't say 100% of the time, but most of the time, the market is like the momentum and volatility is like sports. Any sport you play, some momentum has to be created. Any sport, anything live, it has momentum. Anything in life has momentum. Before we can move forward, there's momentum has to be created first, right? Think about it. Before you do anything, some type of momentum is created within the systematic approach of doing anything or to the systematic approach of anything. So like a basketball player, right? If a basketball player, now remember I said price was gonna come to the white line and hang around for a little bit, ain't this what it's doing? Then eventually it's either gonna bounce or continue to go up. I made the money back I lost. Remember the amount of money I lost total about $7 if I was to stop the trade. I kept the trade. Look, minimizing my losses. So what I'm saying that's why I trade like this. And I'm paying attention to everything, but I'm focused on you all and I'm focused on this. Now, though I see what's going on with this, my bad. I'm kind of moving a little bit quicker for y'all probably. Then let's get back to let's look at what else we see. This green moving average. Sorry about that, y'all. Hold on. and this happening. I'm trading live, so this is gonna happen. But the market is still moving as you see. And just start it over real quick. Everything moved pretty quick. All right. See, it's good trading like this because you see I wasn't really getting worried and stuff. Now look, the green moving average is now curving, going up. When you buy the system, you'll know when the green start curving, going up towards the white line and start getting. You see how it was crossed and spread away from each other, going down. Then eventually it started going up in the open like this. When you start the way we waited like this is a high chance the price going to continue to go up. I feel really confident enough to go ahead and double up my trade and go to the buy, but I'm going to keep it the way it is. I'm not going to do that. I have 500 leverage. That's more than enough. You can't be greedy with this. There's no point of being greedy. There is no point. Um, to- anyway, yeah. hmm Now look, I'm paying attention. Look, gonna stop that trade. Take the little profit, small profit. Cause remember what I told you. It could come up to here and bounce. Even though I know traditionally when the blue is over the green, price can be going up. I'm minimizing my stuff. So I'm saying the market is gonna move, the direction is gonna move. I gotta be patient. This is a patience game about patience. As you see, I'm minimizing my losses. I'm doing a really good job today. Y'all may not understand. See, the thing is, I'm playing for the bigger profit. I'm playing the long game. Trading like this to have y'all trading the long game. You know what I mean? This is the long game we playing. Now look, it's bouncing off this and this moving average, this green moving average is now starting to go back down underneath it. We see overall that the price want to go down. We already established that on a high time frame. Now remember I said it probably could come up here and bounce back up here. I said that earlier. Everything I said was gonna do is it doing what I said it's gonna do. What it could do and what it's doing. See, I just I'm saying, learning from me, you know, I got some experience. You know what I mean? I got years of experience with doing nothing but moving averages. That's all I know is moving averages. I know other things as well, but the good thing about this, I know what's easier to learn. Now look, like prices bouncing off the green. Remember I said cut to the green and go to it and bounce out. Everything is doing what I'm saying. Remember what I mentioned earlier. Moving averages could be used as a trend line and support and resistance all in one. I'm gonna wait before I just jump in this trade. But remember I said when the blue over green is usually mean that's what it's doing. I want to be double. I want to make sure I'm like gravy before I get in this trade. Green is still compressing into the white line. Price is still going up. I'm gonna be patient. Eventually, I'm gonna take the trade and just keep the trade open. You see how I didn't just jump in the trade? I need confirmation. Though most of the time trading like this, when the blue is over the green, you can leave that trade up and the rest assured. But I want to keep my losses low just in case, because this is how you make the money long run. You keep your losses short. Look, the green is still going up towards the white line. The price action right here still shows me like the price is going up because everything, the blue is still over the orange. Both of these are going over the green. I see compression. High chance the price is going to continuously go up and hit this point. We also see on the 15-minute time frame what's going on as well. You know what I'm saying? But that's why I'm trading like this because of things like this I see. Okay. Most of the time when candlesticks get in between these moving averages, the green and the white line, they tend to, like, remember I said it get to that point and chill for a while. Everything I said is doing is doing. So when you start seeing candlesticks in between it, it could either be meaning some type of breakout is coming on, or it's just passing through. But this is the rest stop basically. You can consider these slower moving averages as a rest stop. You know what I mean? Then they come in there, get their stuff together, then they make the movie move. But look, we anticipating. Look, you know what? I didn't even notice that here. See, that's why it's good to take note of everything when you trade. Even here on a higher time frame, this candlestick is near the white line on here too, doing the exact same thing I said it was gonna do. And past performance shows candlesticks always did the same thing for here and here too. Remember, everything. All right, so look, it's like it's going as a buy. So back in, take that as a buy. Now I'm holding that shit. I had lost $7. Now I'm still doing good as a total of trading like this, but cut my losses short, or I'm really small losses, and it's real. Only reason I'm making any losses just because of the leverage part. I'm more than confident enough to say this is a buy for the time being. But what it could do, for real, because let me show you something. And I'm in the profit. As you see, I'm not losing a lot of money. And that money, and it's just consolidating. Now listen, I know I'm kind of going fast. Before I'm gonna go to this 1 hour. You can look at it if you want, but pay attention to what I'm about to tell you right now, okay? You see this white line? You see how it's straight? This is a situation where most of the time you don't want to trade. This is where you're gonna see get a lot of consolidated. Um, I don't know why this shit is talking about. This is where you're gonna get a lot of consolidation. You know what I mean? Where a market could consolidate, but also I see the green line is going towards the white line, so I'm gonna keep this trade open. Now, you know what? See, this about paying attention is important. You see how right there the price is? I'm in the negative. I would have been out this trade paying attention. I'm gonna keep this trade open. Matter of fact, I thought that was the one. That wasn't even the 1 hour, y'all. I'm sorry about that. That was the 1 minute. I apologize. Now, you know what? Hold on. Hold on. Yeah, hold on. Let me stop this shit. Hold on. I'm paying attention to this. Alright, because I'm looking to make sure, okay, not I don't want to take unnecessary. Sometimes with the trade stuff, you don't want to take unnecessary losses when you can just pay attention. I know the past performance, how this stuff perform. It's this I don't want to say because I don't want to teach y'all to get confident like this. But once you do enough back testing on how this move, I'm confident enough to say this is going to be going up because of the way price settlement goes. It's already been processed. It's not just going to do fakes and stuff, though it can go the opposite way. And the smart thing to do right now was would be to stop this. But because I have back tested experience to know when this green line is continuously going towards this white line, the price is going up. Once you start, once you buy the system, you will understand as well. That's why I did not get out that trade. The market just opened. It did what it did. I've yet to see it do it 3 times where it's just, though it can happen, it's rare. So you got a high probable chance it's gonna do what it's do like it's doing. Okay. See how the price is going up now? That's why I kept this trade open because I trust the past performance. I understand past performance how it works. So that's when you'll be losing. Like, and the little price going down now, right? But I'm pretty confident. And also, I see on the 1 minute is doing the same thing. On the 15 minute, we saw it doing the same thing. But remember, it's gonna bounce to a certain point. Remember, that's also what I mentioned too. Look, even here, it's at the green line by the 1 hour and it's bouncing. So it could bounce off here. So really, for real, the smart thing to do would to be get out this trade. But hold on, because everything is doing what it's doing. But on the 2 minute time frame, I know past performance it's gonna keep going up. Based on the past performance, it's smart to keep this trade open. And also, it hasn't even hit that trend line I was talking about. And you know what? I'm gonna be honest with you. That may not be the trend line. It could hit this trend line up in here. Let me show you. This is not even a trend line. Hold on. Matter of fact, yeah. Let me show you what I'm talking about. I'm gonna just simply add, yeah. See how I kept the trade open? because past performance when I keep mentioning this is global risk sentiment, they don't this stuff process these are orders that are processed. So if it start trending in a certain direction, that's the direction it's trending. But it still will open with a consolidated signal. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna keep this trade open as a buy. But let me show you uh trying to see how the price is in profit again. Alright, so ladder, show ladder. See, that's why I like using this on the side. It might, now that I think about the price, because look, it's gonna go up there here, and the price is kind of going up as well, right up in here too, right? Like on the 1 hour, the green is starting to compress towards the white up in here, and it's been doing that. So, ooh, see, that's why it's good to pay attention and know what's going on. Everything plays a part. So I know for a fact, look, on the daily time frame, and look, you see I'm in profit, right? This would be smart to go ahead and take this to double my trade. This is what you call high risk to reward. Look, you notice on the daily time frame, the green bent over the white line, right? Meaning the price goes up, right? You see how it was consolidating up in that area because the price was all up. Them candlesticks was all up near the green lines. That just means price was there at one time, and then look, the green started going wider from the white line, and you seen them, everything was moving up, right? We're at the point where it could be bouncing to continuously go up because really it's showing it's an uptrend. So that could be what's going on right now. Now, if I keep going up, you see I was hitting this green line too. So it could be doing a fake for the time being. It could be a downtrend. But again, I'm keeping this trade open. Let's look on the weekly time frame and see what it's showing me. Now look, this is the truth of everything. This weekly shows because this is a high time frame what's going on right now for real, for real. It's just I'm entering from a smaller time frame that's still following the overall market. On the weekly, this is a up. Why is that? Green over the orange, blue over orange. But look, we seem to see some type of compression on the weekly that may be going on with the blue and the orange, where it's getting smaller. So this could possibly mean the price could just be going up to a certain part right now, like I mentioned with that trend line, and still gonna bounce off that and continuously go down. Because on a 15-minute time frame, we see this green is compressing towards the white, right? The white line, right? I'm gonna keep this trade open. Look, they're coming to the trend line, and yeah, I'm gonna just keep this trade open. It usually the trade. Now look, I can't look. Sometimes the market will do other things. You never want to get too confident and stuff, but based on everything, but the past performance and when you remember from higher to lower, so as you go lower from a higher time frame, you get more confirmation because it's showing more of true of what the higher time frame is showing. So once you go one step, one digit. Let me say. So if you're on the monthly time frame, if you go down one underneath, the weekly is going to show more detail. You can put on out to the day is going to show more detail. Okay, 4 hour, 30 minutes, so on and so on. It shows more detail. But I got higher time frames, slower time frames showing everything as far as like the true direction. That's why I develop my moving averages like this. You know what I mean? To create this pattern and stuff like that. Something easy to follow. And look, price is going up. I kept that trade open just because of the fact I seen what was going on. I had to go back to my my logical way of trading and stuff. But you seen how I've only when I lost $10 total because I started off with $66, right? Market's been doing a couple of things. You know what I mean? And honestly, I could have just took the trades it told me to take. But you know what I mean? I'm wagering a certain amount of money on my trades, so I want to keep my trades open and really see what's going on. But no, this is what I meant to say earlier. That was the whole point of me, my bad. And I'm still paying attention to my trades, but I'm gonna keep this trade open. I don't want to get too confident, but look, let me show you something. This where like the price is really gonna go because it could break that. You see the blue line? You see how? Look, I'm gonna leave a line right here. Notice how price kept coming up to this line. Hold on. Notice from here to here to here to here to here. You notice how price was all up in that area. Price could come up in this area to either here, somewhere up in there, up in that area. Okay, because that's what it looked like. It may do is break resistance. If I go to a 15-minute time frame, and I'm paying attention over here. See, the green line even here on the 15 minute is going up briefly. So this could be just be showing more of continue. Look, and when you think about it, the 15 minute was hanging around the 1 hour. I mean, this white line around here too. And look, now the price is over the white line. 9 times out of 10, price is just going to keep continuously going in that direction. But I'll stop the trade. At the end of the day, trading like this, I have more money. I have way more money in my account. Now, this is a situation where it may be smart to get out this trade. I ain't gonna lie, cause it's hit this part already. But most of the time it do double tops. But it could do what it do. But I'm gonna keep the trade open for the time being because this green line is still going towards this white line. Also on the 15 minute, the blue is over the orange line. That's why I don't use trend lines though, y'all. I ain't gonna lie to you. Because trend lines have me have a false realization thinking the price is gonna go up. I mean, gonna he just hit this part and gonna come down. It can break that. That's why that's why moving averages and stuff like that is important to me because it also shows me look, we see this curve going on. You know what I mean? Usually with that curve, when you start seeing the price going up, we see it's going up right up in here on the 15-minute time frame. If we go to a smaller time frame, remember I just mentioned smaller time frames show more detail. That's what's going on the 5 minute. It look like what could be going on. This green line is now going up, right? And you see how the price is still going up, right? This green line is starting to go towards this white line. It's slowly doing it, but that's what we see going on right now. That's why I'm keeping this trade open as a buy. These are the things you'll be able to pay attention to. And again, this is why I don't use trend lines averages because moving averages again could be used for where support and resistance is and trend lines. I'm probably the first person you've probably seen talking about that, mentioning stuff like that. Yeah, I need to work for a hedge fund. I'm gonna send this video in to some people that can watch me trade live and stuff like that. I'm minimizing losses. You know what I mean? I'm minimizing losses. Everything I'm saying makes sense. I can explain that. You know. Um, Now look, you see the price, what it's doing, right? Want to go down. If it, but I'm gonna keep the trade open. I see what's going on. Now look what's going on. This is hitting this white line, right? Okay. This is scary. I understand. But and look, I'm gonna tell you something else I noticed. I'm not gonna not acknowledge it. I know this white line is this white line is going, this green is going towards the white line. I'm not seeing this curve. I want to see this white line yet. So what I'm gonna do on the right side, I'm gonna go to a smaller time frame and see what's going on. Okay. So look, this green line is over the white line here, right? But I see this candlestick showing like it want to go down. But that's why I trade on higher time frames and stuff like that. And I acknowledge the slower moving averages because it's still over it. See how price is going up now? I see it's going up now. If I go to a higher time frame, look from the 1 minute to the 15 minute, it shows that it's going up. It's just one candlestick in. It's the wise thing to do is to keep this trade open. But I still have to keep in mind that this could be one of them trades that can go down. And the way the market be moving, now I'm gonna keep this open. I was about to do something, but I thought about it because of this window I'm trading. It typically don't make these outrageous like unexpected moves. So it's smart for me to keep this trade open. Remember I said, now look, everything again plays a part for what it do. Remember I mentioned when you start seeing candlesticks in between these lines, they usually hang around this way. Look how close this is, damn near compressing like a sandwich. This is my first time really seeing this type of pattern like this, but I know what's going on. You know what I mean? The blue line, look, the value of this price is going up, right? I see the blue candlestick, that means it's going up. The blue moving average is over the orange, means it's going up. I see compression going on. It's like it's going up over the white line. It hung out already by the white line up in here. Now it's over it, so it broke some type of resistance. But look, I see this green line is starting to curve up on the 5 minute. But I'm also looking at it the 2 minute. So you see what I'm saying? And everything is doing what I'm saying it's gonna do, but you just gotta be patient. You gotta be patient. You can't be afraid. You can learn it. This is easier than that other stuff. I'm trying to tell you. And I still lost only a certain amount of money. But look, when them look, the market ain't moving yet. But when you see this type of stuff, compression, Ooh, that just mean the market finna get the doing it. Do what it do. Look, I'm up. The money I lost, I'm about to make that money back. And I'm only wagering 50% of my account. Good day right now. I haven't won a lot of money yet, but the way I'm trading, this can help everybody. I'm telling you, because you see, this not hard. When the market open, wait a second, acknowledge all the movements of your moving averages. Understand what moving averages do, though it could reverse. Now look, on a 15-minute time frame, I need to take heed to this. All right, where I got rid of the trend line, but look, it's hitting that trend line, and that could have broke over it. But based on everything we saw, we keeping this trade open. You know what I'm saying? Based on everything we see, we keeping this trade open, and and again, I'm doing this because I know the window of New York. It's so many things going on in my mind trading right now. I know a lot of people go through the same thing. It's a lot of mind games with this, but this is a system that you'll be able to use daily, and I can explain to you everything on why these moving averages do what it do. And I'm not 100% with commodities, but I do know is this pair. Well, I mean I understand the logistics of commodities, but I know it drives a lot of money, and this is for forex. The forex industry is like $7 trillion exchanged a day, while trading anything else is less money. Period. Period. So even trading Nas 100, this is more. You know what I mean? Where the money at more than, trading Nas 100 and stuff like that. Even though you could be profitable with anything you trade, I like the way this move. It moves slow, and it moves with a more predictable within this time frame. Now remember, y'all, I'm taking everything in heave. Why? Because I know this trend is ultimately going down based on this green and the white line, right? You know what I mean? And remember that trend line was down. I'm looking at every fucking thing. So this is what I'm gonna do. Hold on. I'm hold on, cause I don't want it to hit a certain part, then I lose money. Cause I'm telling you, but I'm trusting in my system too, and I'm paying attention to everything that's going on. So look, all right, there we go. All right, you see, I was about to make a decision that could have been not true. A lot of thoughts go through the mind when trading. A lot of thoughts, and I understand because you see, I'm going through these thoughts. I'm doing the same things you would be doing, but I'm still taking heed to everything what's going on, like as far as like right up in here and stuff, because the price ultimately want to go down, but ultimately this is an uptrend. This is ultimately uptrend. And look, price steady. And look, I know I see the pattern from here. You see what I'm saying? Hold on, cause I don't want to not pay attention to my shit. See, I could do a trend line. There's a pattern going from there to there. There's a pattern going from there to there. So that means